and welcome to Heather and Hops. It's been a little while. My name is Catherine. I'm a knitter based in Hertfordshire in the United Kingdom, and this is my little space on the internet where I connect with other knitters and makers and share what I've been up to in the hope of inspiring, connecting and also getting inspiration myself. So it's been Christmas. Happy Christmas if you celebrated, or if not, hope you've had a lovely December. I started to do Vlogmas, got a bit too busy and a bit overwhelmed. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a talk session throughout or at the end, we'll see, just to explain a little bit. Today I've got myself a mug full of lemon and ginger. Now, I drink this quite a lot anyway, but just with the rich foods of the season, I find that lemon and ginger is pretty good for me, and is pretty much a steady constant. And I'm having it in my lovely new mug, which is from my favourite little nugget, Becky, and it's a K. And it took me a while. I was like, it's amazing that it seems to have cats on it, but why has it got a cat on it if it's a K? And then I remembered that's because it's probably a kitten. But it's kittens and knitting. It's perfect. And I should probably show you my other mug, which has the last of my coffee in it, so I'm going to be really careful. But bring it a bit closer. This was a gift from Alex for Christmas, and it has a little kitten hanging off it. Isn't it gorgeous? Yeah. So there's that. Anyway, so first of all, I'm wearing today one of my favourite items. It is my Cherry by Knit Midori Cafe, and I knit it with the elbow length bell sleeves. This is knitted in mohair by Spectrum Fibre, and it was actually her smoke colourway, which was the second colour from her that I purchased, and I've knitted a soiree in it too, and both of these are two of my favourite pieces of knitwear that I've ever knitted, and wear them quite a bit. I'm going to try not to waffle too much today, but I'll say up front, I might, purely because a lot of the things that I would like to talk about are... just going to quickly put my phone on silent. The things that I'd like to talk about, a lot of them were actually gifts, because the last sort of month or so of knitting have been predominantly gift knits. So I don't have them here, and I might suddenly remember things about them, or... So just up front there's that. And yeah, it's New Year's Eve, so Happy New Year if you're watching this. Well, you will be hopefully watching this in 2020. I hope you had a lovely evening if you celebrated, no matter what you do, because I know some people have real strong opinions and yeah, it's the new year, new me, but really some people are just like, it's just a day. This year I am seeing it as a real refresh. So, although I've never been one for resolutions, because if you can make a change and it takes less than 5 minutes and it'll improve your life, do it now. And that's something that I kind of lost sight of, but I firmly believe. So I use my bullet journal type thing that I've been using for years, and I've already been implementing things throughout the year and as I've realised them. So I have no resolutions. But changes will be made. So here's to 2020, and I'm wishing you a Happy New Year. So let's start talking about knitting again. Today, you might be able to tell, but I am wearing a new FO. So I finished this on Christmas Day, which really made me very happy. It was a real treat to be able to have knitted a fair few gifts, but then to be able to spend a little bit of time Christmas Day and finish something for me. So this is my Texture Time, which is it was a make along by Stephen West, and as you can see, it's quite a large shawl. I opted for the brioche centre, and these are an amalgamation of yarns. So I've got mostly just basic sock yarn. I've got a high twist BFL, which is this purple, which I've actually held with an ecru mohair. As you can see on this little bit here, I actually dyed some mohair to go with it, but it was just a bit too bright for me because of all of the other colours. I opted to not rip back, but I opted to go for it to make it a little bit more muted. These are high twist BFLs as well, which I'm quite glad of. I think it does show off the stitch definition. These ones are the sock yarns. Now I believe, oh, I can't remember. If I'm honest, I can't remember. I should try and dig out the ball bands, and I'll try and pop it in the down bar. If not, I'll pop it on a page in Ravelry as soon as I can. This was a club colourway by Ching Fibre, and yeah, overall I'm really pleased with this. I didn't think this was a project that I was going to wear as much as I already have done. Actually, I've kind of felt like it was just a piece for learning, you know, different techniques. The Latvian braids is one of my favourites, but I did start to get quite bored after, if I'm honest, bored of them. I love the kitty paws, this little lace section at the end. And if you are looking for a project that will be a bit of a longer one, it will be a piece that people talk about. I can't believe how many people that you wouldn't expect to appreciate knitting or creativity or that have made such kind and wonderful comments about this. I think a couple of people have said that they'd like one. I said that I would teach them to knit and they can knit one, because it is a lot of work, and I don't think anyone quite outside the knitting world quite understands quite how much work it is. I've woven in most of the ends, and what I've done, he's got a clever technique for getting rid of these ends, and as you can see I haven't on the top, but I've started to at the bottom, and what I've said is every time I wear it I'll do a couple of the technique to get rid of them, so that I'm not sat down doing it all in one go. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this one. If, like I said, if you're in the market for a shawl or a blanket, I do really recommend this. It's got a lot of wear, the weight is lovely, and if you have a cat or a dog, not that you really should encourage it, but they can sit on one end while you knit on the other. Audrey has really loved that, and I might insert a little bit of footage of her doing so. Yeah, so there's that. That's that FO. So from memory, I managed to knit my mother and my sister and Beth 3 more Betty and Judy Lodge jumpers. All of those were knitted in drops. I created little charts that were different for each of them to make them a little bit special, and so far everyone seems really pleased. They fit everyone. The princess sleeves, for me personally, I'm not sure about, but I get the impression that everyone seemed to like them, so that was good. I'll pop some footage probably over me talking of those. It was really nice to sit down and wear matching jumpers with Beth when we had Best Friendmas, which was a really lovely evening. I did manage to finish my dad's Christmas jumper. I got really excited because I was going to do a matching almost lice work, sort of a little bit of colour work on the cuffs and the hem, and I totally forgot, so I was a bit upset about that, but he seems to wear it, he seems to really like it, bless him. I think my dad is an incredibly knit-worthy person, purely because no matter what it is, he'd probably wear it. So I'm thinking I might have to knit him the reindeer hat that Christy Glass knit with the wire antlers for next Christmas. It wouldn't take very long, and I think even just for the fun of seeing him wear it once, it would be worth it. So that was exciting. I managed to get that done as well. But then I also, these are all from, I'll grab the book. These two were from Strange Brew. So my dad's, I created the chart and the colour work, but the numbers were based upon just a top-down yoke from Strange Brew. And I also did the same for Finn, which is one of my boss's sons, and I knitted him a jumper too. And I'll hopefully have been putting footage over. I would secretly quite like a black jumper, so I might make that my New Year's gift to myself at some point. But if you haven't heard of this book, it's fantastic. It has, I won't show you it just in case I give anything away, but it has recipes essentially for 3 different gauges. So I think it's sock, DK and Aran weight jumpers, top down and bottom up, should you wish to. And it also has numerous patterns for jumpers, as you can see from the front and the back. So it is an amazing asset to have. It also talks about blocking and getting gauged, so it's a book that I would highly recommend. It's seen quite a bit of use already. I think I got it for Christmas last year. So yeah, then I've also finished and knitted quite a few of these little headbands. It's really simple. This one is knitted in, let's see if I can get it to focus, drops, held with Blood Moon, which is a Ching fibre colourway. It's got a little twist in it, which is not bulky, which is my favourite thing about them. And I knitted 6 of these as Christmas gifts, and even though it is a whip, I'll show you, I'm currently working on one more for a friend that I would love to have done this earlier and gifted it to her for Christmas, but you know, life happens. So this is Bizarre, which is a Ching fibre colourway, and this is, I believe, Ash Road by Triska Lion, and it is their Surrey alpaca base. It's a bit lighter than the Ching fibre one, so you get quite a lot more meterage, and I'm really pleased with the way the colours are melting together on this. This is just a pattern that I've fudged myself, and it seems to really work, so I will keep making these. I think I might, seeing the colours on this, I kind of want one, but you can't have everything. So there's that. I've done quite a bit of that. I think again, I'll have put footage in. I did knit one of the headbands on my knitting machine, which I'd like to do a bit more learning on in the new year. Yeah. So also, I have knitted a hat for the lovely Nugget, which is Becky, but we were going to take pictures of it yesterday, and wow, we were so lucky to see the sky as beautiful as we did, but unfortunately it got very busy and we didn't get time to take pictures, so I don't have pictures of it, but I'll hopefully show it to you next time. It is a little bit purple, and it's not because I'm telling her she needs to wear purple, but it really suits her, I think. So I'll see if I can get some footage of that and show you. Again, that was a made it up as I went along hat, and it's got brioche and stock in it, and I think I will knit one of those myself because it was a really rather speedy knit, and I'm really lucky and happy that I finally got to knit her something new for Christmas. Yeah, so I'll show you the Christmas cast on. Now this gorgeous bag Becky made for me when we recorded our Christmas cast on video, which is over on the Ching Fibre YouTube channel. And I did start, now you have to excuse them, they are currently on one needle because I needed the needle for something else. But I have started my Humbug Socks by Ambrose Smith. Come up a little bit closer, and this was a colourway designed specifically with the intention of being a Christmas colourway for Ching Fibre. This is a cute little pattern, and it is inspired by cobblestones that Scrooge himself walks on through his journey through the past, future and the present. So they're coming along. I haven't put too much time into these, as you can imagine. I've been out of focus. I've been working on Christmas knits and gift knits, and I'll show you the other thing that I can't show you in too much detail, and again, I don't really like doing this, but this is a test knit, and so far I really like it. It is living in this bag, which really needs a wash. I didn't want to take any of my handmade items with me to work because it is muddy. So this is, I always say it wrong, Pluster. Yeah, I can never say it right, but it's one of her lovely bags and it is very handy. But I have put it in the washing machine because I'm a little bit of a rebel. But this is, I'm just going to show you the corner. This is a test knit for fibre tails, and how gorgeous is this stitch? And I'm knitting this in, and I don't want to say this wrong either, but this is the Snowland 3-ply, held just with this drops mohair, and I love the way it's coming together. It's going to be probably, I was a bit concerned to be honest to begin with that it's going to actually be too warm, but because it's an oversized boxy fit, I think I'll be okay, and I'm really excited to start working on this properly. It's due by the end of this month, so hopefully I'll be able to share it with you very soon, not only because I'll have finished it, but because the pattern will be ready for release, and wow, it's a good one. It really is a good one. I'm going to quickly hit pause or refresh because I've already nearly hit 20 minutes. Yeah, so to be honest, that I'm going to probably be quite monogamous with over the next few weeks. But I have done a few other projects. One I wasn't going to share, but I am, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I have designed a sock and I dyed the colours myself, and I'm really pleased with the colours. So it's this gorgeously golden mustard and this heather. The mustard was, I also gave a couple of skeins to my brain. I've given a few of these skeins away already, and I can't wait to see what other people make of them. But this sock, I'm really pleased with it. There's some changes that I'd like to make, and I've just kind of lost steam. Maybe it's because I've been doing other things and life happens. I'm really pleased with the slip stitch heel, and I love how I've managed to line up the ribbing, so it's slightly off kilter ribbing, so it lines up with the cables and the chart in the middle. Yeah, we'll see what happens with this. I might finish it, and I've started to write it up just so that I've got it, but yeah, and it's living in my really cute bag from Leslie of Duckpool Lane, which has the Angel of the North on it. Yeah, so there's that. That is on a high twist BFL base. I've got a bit of a thing, I really do like BFL. I'm not sure why. I think I am just a person that quite likes what most people generally find a bit itchy. So, but again, really pleased with this. Quite excited to have created something of my own, but maybe not quite ready for sharing. I pulled out this, which, if you have been with me for a while, thank you for staying with me. It's lovely to have you back. You might remember this. I've done a little bit onto it. I just wanted a bit of just something to talk, like conversational knitting. So I picked this up a little bit over the Christmas and I've done a little bit, a couple of inches. I'm still not sure where it's going to go. I think I'm going to finish this entire skein ball, cake of yarn, and then go back to this beige colour and leave it. So it should be a decent sized shawl. It's really lightweight and really soft. The alpaca that was a gift that I'm using is absolutely outrageously soft. I think I'll wear this quite a bit, especially when this starts to be too big to be worn, because it is warm. I mean, you can wear it over your shoulders and it's not quite as warm, but this is warm. So it'll be quite nice to have a plain coloured bluey shawl that I think I'll probably get quite a lot of use from. Yeah, making it up as I go along, using a few different stitches, mostly garter and stockinette. I think the majority of the rest is going to be in garter, partly because of laziness and partly because I want conversational knitting. I might consider doing a few more rows of the yarn over little lacy repeat, and maybe a little bit more seed stitch because I was really enjoying knitting that. But yeah, if you've got any. So we have run out of memory, which is great. But like I was saying, which will be a weird jump, but if you have any design feature ideas for this, maybe tassels, fringing, let me know. I'm quite open, and I know that everyone around me seems to be filled with quite a lot of good ideas and a lot of creativity at the moment, which is wonderful. So yeah, that one. And then just the one last thing, I think. Actually, I can't show this to you. So I'm sorry to do that. That's weird. I've just put that away, but that's because it's a club colourway and I don't know who's received it yet or not. So yeah, but basically that's a project that's probably going to be ripped out. I knitted it. I don't really like the way the colours are pulled. I think it needs to maybe be knit flat or a different gauge for it to work. I was going to do a helix method, but I think, yeah, so we'll forget about that project. I'll show you something else instead, and it is an acquisition, and the lovely, oh, I can't remember her name. Of course I remember her name. Fulham Vine. I can't remember her name. I feel like a bad human, but she's lovely. Kristen. My brain. I need a coffee, clearly. Designed the beautiful calamine towel, and through that I discovered a colourway by Once Upon a Corgi, and I don't do ordering from America because of customs, and I did have to pay quite a bit to get this, but it was worth it. It's absolutely stunning. This is Never Trust a Prince, and I love it. I really, really love it. I am torn now because I'll quickly grab it. I was going to knit the cow and just go with it. However, again, I'm not quite sure I could knit with it yet, but this might be a really lovely jumper. It could also be quite a nice shawl, but I don't know how many shawls I realistically need. Cardigan, maybe a Nelchina? Is it? Caitlin Hunter? I'm not sure. But again, if you've got any recommendations for patterns for these, I would not be upset to hear them. I'm going to make sure that I don't cast anything on until I've finished my test knit. I do really want to be monogamous and get it done and really focus on it. You know, give quite coherent overall notes on the pattern, how I found it, and see if I can spot any errors so that it is caught. But so far it's been perfect, so I have no doubt that it's going to continue to be that way. And yeah, so I'm going to do this quickly because my memory card is really full, but I had a couple of weeks of really struggling. I had a lot of realizations about my past sort of year and a half of my life. I did a big post on Facebook and Instagram. If you saw it and you supported me and sent me love, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and as you might be able to tell from my everything personality coming across today, I am in a million% better place. I'm a lot happier. I feel heard, I feel seen, I feel loved and cared for, and I've got a lot of love and support to give. It is a funny time of year. There's a lot of changes happening. There's a lot of ups and downs to be had. If you are struggling, from the bottom of my heart, please get in touch. Even if you just want someone to talk to, I'm here. You are heard, you are seen, you aren't alone. Yeah, 2020 holds a lot of good changes and a lot of excitement for me. I feel like it's going to be a good year. It is. Yeah, I will, maybe when I've got more memory, do a bit more of a knit chat. Maybe I'll cast on something or sit down and knit, and we can have a little live session and we can talk things through. If you'd be interested in that, do let me know. Maybe we'll do that in the next week or so, maybe in the next 2 weeks. But anyway, I hope you are having a lovely time, whatever you're up to. I hope you get a little bit of knitting time and a little time to look after yourself this crazy time of the year where no one really knows what time or day it is. Yeah. Thank you so much, whether if you've been watching for a while or if you're a new visitor here, especially if you stuck around through what was quite a chaotic pet podcast today. Can't even speak. Thank you so much for your kindness and your support, and I will hope to speak to you very soon. Take care. What are you up to? You've taken how much off the tree? And she's stealing yarn too. Is it your happy Christmas, Audrey? Can't even be mad, can I? It's just nice to see you playing.
Good, eh?
Oh my God.
If you want to overuse it, you just put it on there and then turn that up to 40 psi.
Listen to it.
He's a cat
It's
now.
perfect.
Oh, boo!
Yeah, he's wicked.
Fits like a glove.
Them are being deep fried. We're gonna have butter and carrots, potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, treat. Hey, you want me to stay? You sitting on my coat? You also enjoying your Canadian mums?
You're done wrapping, you're done knitting for people.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Got some mince pies. 2 of my favourite beers ever. I think the Wolf is definitely my favourite. And then my gifts. And a pattern.
Blank, that sort of thing could get you sent.